Shri Amitabh Kumar, Director General of Shipping, Government of India. Mr. Ota Otnes, Director General of Shipping, Government of India. Dr. Malini Shankar, Vice Chancellor of the Indian Maritime University and member of the Board of Governors of the World Maritime University. Dr. Jose Mikhail, who's just spoken just now, everybody knows him in India. Ms. Sanjam Gupta, CEO of Maritime SheEO and member of the Executive Board of the World Maritime University. Wow, well done. All protocols observed, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. As the president of the World Maritime University, it gives me great pleasure to address you today with respect to changing leadership paradigms in the maritime industry. I joined the World Maritime University in the summer of 2015, serving as its first female president. Prior to this, I also served as director of the International Labor Standards Department of the International Labour Organization in Geneva, Switzerland. Therefore, empowering women and pursuing gender equality at all levels in the maritime and ocean sectors has been key and a very important item for me and on my work list throughout the years. Over the past 100 years, there have been undeniable progress that have been made on women's empowerment and gender equality. And this we must acknowledge. But these achievements, even if there is yet so much more to be done to enable all women and girls to enjoy equal opportunity in all countries around the world, we still need to see this really happen. So much of the world is still so far behind. We have witnessed more women, however, as was said this morning by Sanjam, taking up positions of heads of government, as ministers, as leaders in international organizations, and in the private sector, as well as important roles as scientists, engineers, pilots, seafarers, doctors, and judges, among others. I am very keenly aware that women have been making India proud in every walk of life, especially in the maritime sector, and Sanjam is a good example, a maritime sector which has traditionally been male-dominated. I want to refer to Captain Radhika Menon. She was the first female captain in the Indian Navy. And in 2016, the first woman to receive the IMO Award for Exceptional Bravery at Sea. On 8 March 2021, on the occasion of International Women's Day, an all-women officers' crew from India made history, taking charge of a newly commissioned product carrier. Brave women. Miss Sumati Moharji, the First Lady of Indian Shipping, who holds the distinction of being not only the first woman in the world to head an organization of ship owners. She was also at the Indian National Steamship Owners Association, that was later renamed India National Ship Owners Association, but also the elected vice president of the World Shipping Federation. A remarkable achievement indeed. Importantly, the public awareness of gender equality is on the rise. We are here to stay. Achieving gender equality is one of the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Those goals provide a blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. In 2019, the theme, Empowering Women in the Maritime Community, was selected as the World Maritime Day theme by the IMO, and the United Nations celebrated World Oceans Day with the theme of Gender and Oceans. Despite these events, we must acknowledge that we are still a long way from achieving equal rights and equal opportunities for everyone, including men and women. This is especially so with respect to the holding of leadership positions. The low number of women's participation and the representation are among the most evident in the maritime and ocean industry, which have traditionally been dominated by men. In the maritime sector, women still today account for only 2% of the total seafaring population. And as much as we would like to see it rise, it appears that it is not doing so fast enough. The Global Ocean Science Report revealed that women continue to be underrepresented in ocean science, particularly in the highly technical categories. More importantly, the level of female representation varies significantly from country to country. Female ocean science personnel range from about 7% in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, to take an example, to 72% in Ireland of an all ocean science personnel. We have to continue fighting for women's empowerment at all levels and in every field. A crucial tool to achieve this is through education and training. Today, the STCW certified women represent only, and I tell that to IMO, where are you? Here he is. I want to let you know that up till today, we are so far away from that target. We have to continue fighting for women's empowerment at all levels and in every field. A crucial tool to achieve this is nothing other than education, education, education. Today, STCW certified women represent only 1.28% of the total STCW certified seafarers, an estimated 24,059 women seafarers worldwide. Approximately 94% of the women seafarers are working in the cruise industry, not in the maritime side. So while women are taking up increasingly challenging responsibilities at sea and ashore, the role of women in the maritime industry is constantly evolving. Women have achieved leadership positions as bankers, as lawyers, as surveyors, among others in the shipping industry globally, so something that we must also recognize. But COVID-19 has had a huge negative impact. I am sure it has dulled many women who would want to go to sea. We have seen what happened to the seafarers and how long they remained at sea, not being able to disembark in ports around the world. What would we do if we were having so many women at sea? That begins to chill for so many of them. But the challenges that have been faced by women and men beyond the end of their contracts, enabling them, hopefully, and I hope that all of them have managed to return home. There is a concern, however, that the attraction of women taking up careers at sea may well be even less appealing today and in the future. Something needs to be done to rectify the situation, primarily by virtue of the impact that COVID-19 has had. As the IMO's Center of Excellence for Postgraduate Maritime Education, the mission of the World Maritime University is to be the world center of excellence in postgraduate maritime and oceans education, professional training and research, while building global capacity and promoting sustainable development. The vision of the university is to inspire leadership and innovation for a sustainable maritime and oceans future. WMU offers a comprehensive range of specializations, 7 of them, in the maritime and oceans field, educating future maritime and ocean leaders through its Masters of Science programs, as well as its PhD program in maritime and ocean affairs. We cover the whole spectrum of maritime and oceans. In addition, it also offers postgraduate diploma programs in executive maritime management, in marine insurance, in maritime energy and maritime law, as well as an MPhil, it's the Masters of Philosophy specialization in partnership with our sister institution, the International Maritime Law Institute, an IMO institution as well, which is based in, which many of you know about. These specializations of WMU address the current and the future issues of our times while opening the doors for the diverse needs of lifelong learning for future maritime leaders. It is indeed my pleasure to add that our alumni figure stands very tall. Almost 6,000 maritime and ocean professionals from 171 countries have attended the World Maritime University and returned home with a master's degree. Our graduates serve as senior maritime officials in ministries, as directors of shipping companies and ports, as heads of maritime academies and naval organizations, and many represent their home countries, of course, at the International Maritime Organization, as well as in other fora, international fora and organizations. As WMU continues gender balance in maritime and ocean-related fields in science, education, and research, female student representation at WMU has improved significantly from 3% in 1983 to more than a third of the intake of our master's program delivered in Malmo this year. So again, we've seen important improvement, but again, a long way still to go. So while the WMU MSc programs delivered in Shanghai, China, have already achieved milestones for gender parity, the China program, it is my pleasure to add that through recruitment and the strategies and support from fellowship donors, we need them. Our students are coming, most of our students are coming from the developing world. Without scholarships, without the fellowships, without the support of the industry, many of them would not be able to undertake a program like that, which belongs to the International Maritime Organization. WMU is the child of the World Maritime University, and therefore a child of the IMO. It is a matter, therefore, of great pride for me to say that since the founding of the World Maritime University in 1983, we now have more than 1,300, or probably to be exact, 1,341 women who have graduated from WMU with an MSc in Maritime Affairs. Studying, therefore, at WMU has provided opportunities for women in maritime, thereby increasing the number of qualified women eligible for policy making and senior practitioner positions in both the developed and the developing world. We cannot, however, rest on our laurels. In 2019, a year before COVID-19 swept the world, WMU organized the third international conference on empowering women in the maritime community. The conference, which was attended by 350 participants from 70 countries, identified at that time 17 actions that could be taken to advance gender balance in the maritime and ocean sector. The key conclusions included promoting women's role models, engaging with children in primary and secondary education to raise awareness of career opportunities in the industry for women, and seeking priority funding for gender research. However, although I could mention several other positive points, I will not be doing justice if I do not acknowledge the following facts. Despite gender equality being one of the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, designed to be a blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future, we still need, despite this, the word empowering women in maritime community being selected by the World Maritime Day theme for 2019 by the IMO. I'm very proud of our mother institution, the IMO, for having taken that action. And then despite the United Nations celebrating World Oceans Day 2019 with the theme of gender and the oceans. Again, a very important contribution of the United Nations. We are still very far from providing and ensuring equal opportunities for everyone, men, women, and other genders, and particularly with respect to women in leadership positions. Government organizations, companies, and other employers must change their policies and their practices in order to ensure that we can truly empower and enable more women to take up leadership positions in the maritime industry. This brings us back to the initiatives at WMU for gender equality, and I firmly believe that education and training, especially in science, technology, and engineering, are crucial to achieve our collective goal and develop leadership skills for both women and men. In the context, in 2021, I must say that year was particularly important for the WMU community. The UN Decade for Ocean Science for Sustainable Development, that decade has begun in order to develop scientific knowledge and build infrastructure and foster relationships for a sustainable and healthy ocean. And the WMU is fully committed to making a unique contribution to the decade of ocean science through education and research in maritime and ocean sciences. Further, as part of our contribution to the decade, WMU is actively promoting gender equality in ocean science. Yet, we remain conscious of the fact that the current global crisis could potentially slow progress on taking forward gender equality and women's empowerment. WMU firmly believes that education will create a lasting impact on capacity building in the maritime and ocean industries. Education remains an indispensable tool that will enable a long-term impact on capacity building for women and future leaders in the maritime and ocean industries. Education promotes equality and advances the full and effective participation and equal opportunities for women at all levels of decision-making, whether in the political field, in economics, academic, business, or public life. We cannot afford to stop this important mission, no matter the difficulties, because investing in people, especially women, and women in science and technology, means investing in the future we want. The future is in our hands to design and to innovate. WMU will continue and to contribute to the maritime industry and to the ocean we want, because it is our mission to help lead the world to a safe, secure, and sustainable maritime and ocean future. We are keenly focused on increasing women's participation in access to educational opportunities in the maritime sector, including at the postgraduate level, in order to advance the full participation in the maritime and ocean industries and to inspire leadership for a sustainable maritime and oceans future. I'd like to take the opportunity to express my sincere thanks and appreciation to this wonderful woman, Sanjam Gupta, for inviting me to this timely and important conference. And I'm sure, looking at the room full of people, I am sure that we will all make a true commitment to ensuring that women and girls are part of the agenda. Thank you.